Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. We're gonna get started. Just get started on gameplay. Oh, matchmaking locked. Leave a game. Be honest. You have 5 minutes.
분명 이유가 있을
Three minutes.
아직 추락하는 느낌이야.
약간 뻔치 말리와.
Oh, he isn't even here. Momo! Ali, welcome in! Momo grabbed first, but Ali checked in. Hi. Hey, guys. Momo, do you want in? We're doing open lobbies. We have 2 slots. Open. Winner, voice channel. Doing open lobbies today. In front of your salad, no dead ass. Ali with the 25 stream. We haven't played DBD on stream in a while. I haven't played much of the new chapter, so I'm kind of down to do this today. Been playing a lot of Pokopia. W streak. I know, 25 streams. Like, icon. Icon legend. She is the Momo. Momo checking in 10 times. Ali has like so many check-ins now. 22. Period. Ali, I think for sure is gonna have the most check-ins. Hi, babe. Thank you for checking in. Oh, and just like that, Mark has more check-ins than you. I literally tried to redeem it at the same time. I'm dead. Oh, girl, the map got me fucked up. Honestly, getting used to it. I haven't tried a lot of this new map. Sorry, my nose is like. I wish I was first. The way that you guys both jumped in and grabbed first. I may or may not have had matchmaking. I don't even remember leaving. Oh, the open lobbies when I have plans is crazy. I mean, Maybe you should hate me less. Maybe if you hated me less, you'd be here. But it's okay if you hate me. It's fine. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it. So you don't cancel your plans for us, so you hate us. Just say it. No, literally. Literally, Momo. Tell him. Tell him again! Momo, if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. Ali, if you want to join, we're just going to do Kevin and Taco's rotation of 2 games. That's the right amount of hate. I feel like if you have any hate, it's the wrong amount of hate. Alright, let's get that straight up clear. Okay? Also, I can't be bothered with Pokopia anymore because I don't even want to do the story. I just want to redo my entire world. So I feel like I'm not making a lot of progress in Pokopia because I'm literally like going out of my way to fix shit. Also, desperately need a haircut, but I felt like my hair was fluffy today. Usually it's doing a lot of other things because it's in that like growing stage. I see some insane builds in Pokopia. Dude, it's the Minecraft of it all. It's the Minecraft of it all. What a good song. How are you? Honestly, I had such a good day yesterday. We went to go see Ready or Not 2. Has anyone seen that yet? I enjoyed it a lot. But I did have a lot of feedback for it because as entertaining as it was, some of the stuff didn't make sense. No, I'm seeing it tomorrow. A lot didn't make sense in the movie. I didn't think it was as good, strong as the first movie, but I think it's still good. Like they all kind of ate up. It was fun. It was a fun movie to watch for sure. You're going tomorrow, Ryan. You're gonna enjoy it so much. I'm sure of it. Sorry, Leon. My TikTok is all Pokopia now. Yeah, it's a Wesker. Scared me. Oh, Marvel Rivals updated. Not that I need to ever update that game. They don't. The first one, I have to watch it. The first one's really... I think the first one's on Paramount. If you have Paramount Plus. That was me. Oh. Not doing what I thought he was doing. Go that way. Hit the generator, girl. Try to get up here as fast as you can. No, Wesker. Okay, lurking, because I gotta drive now. Okay, please be careful driving. And I hope you have so much fun today. Oh. I got stuck. Not clipping me. I hope you do drive safe and have the most fun. We're just gonna hit the gen. Yeah. Dude, like, what is oppression? He just doesn't want us to finish gen. Here he comes. Nice, done. Oh, I didn't even see him. I didn't even see him. This is how you can tell I haven't played this in a while. That gen has no progress on it now. I guess so. I guess we're being tunneled out. GG's IG. He didn't like that I was talking to him. He's like, killers and survivors aren't supposed to talk. Look at him. Coming right back over here. He knows where the gen was finished too. Sir, why? Dude, Ace. Like, be serious. Like, are we being so free? I think this is our first game on, and look at him, already on the hook. Weirdo, look at him coming back. Look at him coming back. Like, do you want the kill so bad? Yeah, you want the kill so bad, you freak. This is our first game on and our last. No, I'm going back to Pokopia. This guy's being nasty. He's still over here. Oh! Well, I'm just gonna sacrifice myself for my teammates. Because you see how neither of those people have hooks on them? Oh! I don't have life? Wait, what is this build on V? GG's! Wicked Witch! W Wesker! It's okay, we got 3 gens done, I guess. I don't know what this build on V is. Like, what am I playing? I'm taking... I don't know what this build is. Let's go back to Arella. Stop blinking.
I'm sorry.
If anyone wants to play, we're doing open lobbies. We have 2 spots open. Yeah, I didn't know what that build was. Like, why don't I have life on that? I think the music's also super loud, louder than it needs to be in my ears. Momo, how's your weekend? How's Ali? How's your weekend going? Like, what are you guys up to? What did you guys do yesterday night? Last night I went to a show, like a concert that my friend's a rapper here in the city of Liverpool. He was doing a show with some other artists, so we went out to that. It was a lot of fun. And then we kind of just watched Drag Race and knocked out. It was so we didn't really do a lot of extra. I mean, during the day we went to the movies, we bought some plants. Like we had a really long and productive day. But today we're going to see RuPaul DJ. And it's gonna be so much fun. Weekend's good, man. Some errands, learning, and chilling at home. Since you gotta watch Drag Race, W starts your weekend. Yeah, we've had the weekend has been starting off really great. You have to watch Drag Race. It's so good. I mean, I think this season's so fun. I think I just would rather see talented girls who have been doing drag for a while than new girls. We went to Dick's. Okay, I got Nola some gear for soccer. Let's go. She got pink cleats and a pink bat. Does she think that the pink and purple are gonna make her perform better? I bet. Tonight is RuPaul. Let me know how it is because he's coming near me in Canada in August, I guess. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. I will totally report back about the RuPaul DJ set. I'm excited for it. I think it's just gonna be a bunch of disco and a bunch of gay, and a bunch of weird, dancing. Springtrap, guys. It's a Springtrap. Look, he's watching. He's always watching, Wazowski. Oh my God. He left me. Well, I tried to take that chase. She runs. Yes, her pink cleats make her run fast. I bet they do. I bet Nola's the fastest because of those pink cleats. That is so cute. I love it. She's in the phase where new shoes make you fast. No, literally, new pink shoes in particular. They're fast. Guys, I'm bad at the game. I don't know how to do skill checks anymore. They're being chased over there. Momo, I'm glad you're just chilling though. The best time to chill is on a weekend morning, especially if you're working all week. I bet you enjoy like sleeping in, getting your rests. Just stick on the gen. The other. Oh my God, I'm not paying attention. I've missed like 3 skill checks. Yes. Okay, Ali, what's your favorite way? Oh, you also like to take a nap. Oh my God, that's so funny. You're like, you like to nap together. I'm missing every single skill check. Oh my God, good job, babe. Bye. Let's finish this together. Go. We have to go. He's right there. Oh! I think I'm dead. Memory, memory. Ah! that way. Oh, I thought life would save me. GG. No, that doesn't let me nap. Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And you know what? She's so yeah. Nola's like, okay, now that she's in bed, let's hang out. She's like, okay, we're hanging out now. Now that the baby's asleep, come on. We have a lot to get down. Oh, I tried to take that hit. Being nasty. I'm gonna go for hook, I think. Oh! Is he looking? Guys, do we think he's looking at me? Nope. Oh, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, please. Oh, come here.
I literally can't find these other jets to work on.
There's one over here that we're about to do. Oh, she left. I don't even know what part of the map. Well, yes! You trying to garden this year? That's so sweet! Oh, hey, Evil King! Long time no see! Eh, boy! Evil King, how are you? See, Justin, you may think you can't hit a skill check, but you sure can loop. Yeah, I know. I got so much better at the loops. Guys, when I first started playing DBD again, I almost exclusively ran Technician because I was so shit at the skill checks. But I had to just get over it and start learning how to play a different way. Hey, we found each other. Evil King, how have you been? I got Nola some rainbows. Oh, and they light up. Oh my god, you honestly, you're such a cute mom. Let's get your daughters all this shit. Got some more outfits for my porch goose. Oh my god. Alert and Technician. No, literally when it first started. Oh, here he comes. He's coming. He's on your left. He's going after you? Oh no. Lunch, chillin'. Ooh, well, we're doing open lobbies today. If you want to join in, we have 2 spots, and we're gonna do rotations of 2 games each. But no one's in line right now, so you're more than welcome to join us. Anybody's more than welcome to join us. We do have 2 spots open. And just like that, the doors are open. Alright, babe. Run! What'd you get for lunch, Evil King? Chick-fil-A? Okay, what's your Chick-fil-A order? Do you just like classic sandwich, or do you like the deluxe? See, I don't really like the deluxe. I don't like chicken sandwiches with cheese. Is that weird? Like yellow cheese. Ronnie with the check-in. I need to go find you. I don't even know where you are. Jalapeno ranch sandwich is new? Ooh. Where are you? Okay, good. Get you. They're almost done with that door. They opened it. We're coming to save you!
Go on. Scream.
Oh. This way. No. Run, run, run! Go, go, go! No, no! Here's up! To your left, 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 left! No, where are you going? I'm following behind you! Ronnie, we're doing open lobbies. Games have been crazy. Run, run, run! Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
He was chasing me the entire time the doors were being opened.
Yeah, I know. You did so good. I need to eat lunch right now and clean up. Stream for how long? Well, we just started stream. We'll be on for at least 3 hours. Oh, he put me down. Yeah, you freak. Ew! Why is he hitting me? Guys, do you see this? He is mad. He is mad I didn't want to let my friends die. Yeah, this is how you play Survivor. This is how you play Survivor, Springtrap. You don't let your friends die, okay, Springtrap? That's how you play Survivor, okay? Take a lesson. Take a lesson. Take some notes, okay? Open boobies! Yes. Okay, yeah. Go eat your lunch. Go clean up. Anyone's welcome to join. We're doing dual lobbies. It's me and Bae with 2 people. Eat zucchini. No, literally. We are doing duos today, so we have 2 spots open for anyone who wants to join us. We're getting Mark into DBD, so this is just like practice. Learning killers, learning how to chase, learning how to Evil King. Okay, we got 1 Evil King, and as more people come, we'll rotate out. But right now, this lobby will just stay as it is until we want to move on. I love this song. We're actually going to replay it because, guys, Lurky Poo, so you can eat. Yeah. Go get your food. Go get your food. Go get your food. Thank you for checking in, Evil King. Make sure you get your check-in if you haven't already. in your channel redeems. I love this song. This song is so cute. I want you. 'Cause you never know. Justin for yes, everyone in the chat. Justice for Manon. Please. Everyone. Ronnie. Yeah, Ronnie went to go get lunch. I got the corn goose. Wait, can you send it in the Discord? Guys, I have to start using Discord more. How can I use Discord better? Help me. What? Not this map. This is the preschool. Love the middle. Love the middle, but I don't like the outside.
It's
Wesker.
Wesker.
Hey. Oh. Okay. Went to the same. Come on, Arella girl. Oppression, bro. I can't. Look at him. Get it?
Wait, where is he?
He's on me. He fell in the hole. He left me. Finally, some peace and quiet. He's coming up here to check on the gen. Oh, he's on Evil King. What? What gen are you working on, friend? Oh, I see you right there. Oh, he saw me. Bitch, fuck you. I'm coming back for you, Evil King. You're a fucking. The tree should have blocked it. Bye. Evil King, I'm coming! I'm so sorry, why are you on Death Hook? Evil King, please!
Got nothing to worry about. Forgot you. You ain't gonna die. Not on my watch.
Where's this guy? He can't handle it. He can't take. He just let Evil King take 2 hooks, by the way. I don't know what the sable's up to, but it's not helpful. Like, how did she lose chase with him? Yeah, like, die already. Come on now. Take the hook. Why did he leave her there? Why are we slugging? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Fucking... Oh my god, a Merciless Storm again on another killer, bro. This gen lost all its progress. Oh, you're on it. Nice. Wait, let me heal you. Please. Please. Have solidarity, please. Yeah, see? Why is he chasing you? No, you want this. You will never get this. You will never get this. La 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 la. No way. He doesn't want to chase me. Yeah, hit that fucking dumpster, bitch. Oh, he knew. Yeah, put your fucking tentacle back in, bitch.
Playtime is over.
I definitely hit him with the pallet. There's no way I didn't hit him with the pallet, guys. Ain't no way. Tell me I didn't hit you with the pallet, Wesker. Be honest. Okay, milk that hook. Milk that hook. Milk that hook. He's right on me still. Is everything okay over there, sir? Still on me. We're close enough. No! Oh.
Guess I'm off the hook.
Like, Miss Sable, you have a flashlight, girl. Should be... or around. Here he comes. Put your tentacle back in, bitch. Oh, you opened the door for us. Because you killed him. Oh, okay. No, I will not be bowing for you. Go that way, bitch. No, bad Wesker. Bad Wesker. Bad. Bad. Bad Wesker. You need that med kit. You need that med kit. That's your therapy. Take that. Bad Wesker. I put a pic in the Discord of the corn porch goose. Let's see. Oh my goodness. That is insane. That is so funny. With the little raincoat, like I love that he has different outfits. Alright, we ate that up, but I'm so sorry that
This feels surreal.
you got a cow outfit too. I love Nola being like, and the goose today is gonna be wearing these clothing. This clothing. These articles. It has the little bikini one. That is so cute. I'm here for it. It gives me life. It's so cute. Oh, whoops. It's so adorable. Like, and then having a little bikini, that's so funny. The goose kind of reminds me of uh that one character from American Dad, the alien. Steve? Is it Steve? Yeah. Maybe not Steve. What's his name? Roger. That's his name. That's what the goose is giving Roger. Just like in drag, you know? Just a drag queen. Drag queen goose. Yeah, Steven's the son. Yeah. With his wigs. Yes, exactly. You need to get it a little wig. You just need to get the goose a little wig and some sunglasses. I'm dead. They have old lady outfits with old lady wigs. That is so random and so funny. RPD. I love it here.
Let's try to not lose any blood.
Demigorgon. Oh no, it's Xenomorph. Run! No! Where's that downstairs? Oh, you made it kind of far. Oh, he's looking now.
Why is it always me?
Okay. Let's set up fire thing. Oh, this pallet's not here anymore. Oh no! Why did she leave me? Oh. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. No! I thought I can get out. Oh, Evil King is still on hook? Guys, get the hook! What is this girl doing? What is this Rebecca Chambers doing? Just not even working on a gen. Like Rebecca Chambers, why are you hiding? This Rebecca Chambers was GG. He's literally on me. Oh no.
Where's the xenomorph?
Somewhere near me. My heartbeat's rising. Oh, behind me. Now our teammates kind of not helping. Wow, I really hit second stage. That's crazy. Oh. She waited for the stun and did she even get the stun? Yes. Okay, we're gonna go upstairs. Follow me.
Hope that hook isn't rusted.
He didn't see us. The xenomorph just chose. Oh. Go, go, go. Why? Well, I'm dead. GG. 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 Oh, she's trying to mori me. GG. And Rebecca Chambers was really not even trying to help us. Like, am I crazy? Am I crazy, or did we all see that? Did we all see the Rebecca Chambers hide in a locker? Honestly, you could leave her on the hook. Yep. Yeah, that's my dead body, Evil King. The basement is insane. I think he's just trying to get Hatch. He's just on the Rebecca Chambers. I know. Here lies Justin's hopes and dreams. My dead ass body. My mouth all open like that is crazy. No, where are you? Wow, why did he go for the Mori? I know. Nice. Let's see.
The way this is a bad killer, we just have bad teammates.
Well, the one teammate's bad. Evil King got left on the hook for just like I did. Yeah. Good job, Evil King. Good try. I mean, what can you do? Evil King was left on the hook for too long. Our other teammates should have gotten him. Because you were on a hook, and then he got hooked. So I went to get you, and the other teammate should have gotten him. Simple science, SpongeBob. I cannot believe the other teammate's gonna survive. Did you save that other teammate?
No, I never unhooked her.
Okay, like, I cannot believe she's still alive. Like, look at her across the map. I guess. And instead of killing you, she's gonna slug. Leave. That's ridiculous. Instead of just killing Evil King, like if it wasn't the easiest game in the world, he's gonna go for the 4K. Like, you could have been killed that Rebecca, but you camped her. Why'd you camp Rebecca, silly? We'll see. Next game. We got out the last game.
I didn't.
That's true. You didn't. That's so. We were just after you. Not Boom Check Hunter. And who this? This is who I think it is. Gotta go. Thank you, Evil King, for playing. GG's. Thank you for playing with us. You did so good, friend. I'm sorry that those hooks were destined for you and that you were left there. I had no idea you were even hooked this game. I was not even paying attention to that because I was too busy hearing the Xenomorph chase. If anybody else wants to join us, there are 2 spots open. And screw up. Oh, this person's live. Okay, our teammate's also on Twitch. Alright.
Stay alive.
Oh, it's
All of you.
Freddy Krueger. He doesn't even know where I'm at. It's ruin, which kind of sucks. No, teammate. Damn. Try with the flashlight, the flashbang. I guess. Guys, please, why aren't they healed? Teammate! It's ruin! He has me in his hands! Just stay on the generator. Finish the generator, please. God. Why are our teammates doing that? No. Teammates, no. He's gonna go for the slug, like a gross. Oh, he didn't go for the slug.
Guess I'm off the hook.
I should have wiggled. There you go. All done. All healed up. Guys, what is this teammate doing? trying to continue. He doesn't want to deal with me. I keep trying to take the chase from y'all. TPing onto it? Why? Yeah, swing, bitch. Wrinkly, pimply, bitch. I'm looping. No way. What is the team? Friends? Why is the team enemy? Why? Why are you just sitting on me? Friend! Put the flashbang down! Put it down! Put it down! Stop playing with it! Just put the toolbox on like a normal person! And then you left! Oh my god, you did all that to leave, friend! Oh my god. I'm gonna have a headache. Oh my god. Yeah, pick me up, ho. You raisiny bitch. I hate you. Guys, you know, here's the thing about running a flashbang build is that you kinda have to be good at the flashbang. Like, where is this Freddy Krueger? Why didn't they just kill the bum? Like, what are you doing? Why didn't this Freddy Krueger just kill the bot? You know, guys? Don't understand. Our teammates were giving me a headache, to be honest, because like flashbangs only work if you can use them. And then to leave the game, big L, big L. Sorry, I think that's a bad teammate move. Didn't even try. Trying so hard for the flashbang save, but you're not doing it right. So maybe just put the flashbang down and put the medkit in your hand and heal people, you know? Put the flashbang down. You don't know how to stun? Don't try. I don't think it's worth trying. Unless it's like, I don't know, a limited time game mode. Like a limited lobby, like a 2v8. Like a winter fest. Otherwise, you're just frustrating your teammates, to be honest, if you're not good at it. That's how I feel about it. That's why I don't run that shit. So I run a med kit. And I'm gonna go around and heal people. That's how you become a better teammate, you know? Put the med kit in your hand and heal your friends, you know? I know you came in with one other person.
That down.
Put That's how I feel when they have a flashlight and they're not going around saving people. When they have a flashbang and they're not saving people, I'm like, put it down. You're not doing anything. You're not using this right. Right, Allie? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I being too harsh on the teammates? No, right? I am. I think I'm right too. Because, like, hear me out. You have a flashbang, and you're just hiding in corners while your teammates are taking a chase, looping. Like, how is that? That's a waste of time. Just hanging around the chase. Just go do a gen. I'm looping. I'm in chase. Just go away. You know what I mean? Unless you're willing to save me, but you know it's endgame, and the Freddy was slugging like a weirdo. You know, if you see the slug happen, it's just not. Like every time you get a teammate with a flashlight, they're like, I can't see. They're using the flashlight to see. They always miss the save too. I mean, most of the times it's like flashlight to the side of the face, and I get it. I get it. I've been there, but that's why I don't run a flashlight. That's why I don't run flashlights. That's not a guarantee save.
I have no interest in dying today.
Look at that. Trickster.
I hate this bitch.
She saw somebody and she started chasing.
She's chasing me. Stupid bitch. Stop throwing your fucking knives at me, stupid bitch. You bitch, you bitch. Oh my god, you stupid whore.
Real, me too. No, it's like, I get it, you're bad at flashlights, but that's why I don't carry it. They didn't finish the gen. Just pop the gen.
They blew it up and ran off it. Stupid bitches. Like, you're just standing there. Come help me. Oh, it's because the killer's still around me.
Dang, your bar is going up so much. Why is she still on you? Once your bar is full, you'll be able to unmute. Oh, they got you?
I'm leaving that bitch behind.
Yeah, go.
Rude as hell. Like, chasing me in that first round. Like, help me. Like, yeah. Thank you.
Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme?
Was it crispy?
Have you ever gone to Krispy?
Hi, Cosmosis.
Was it crispy?
No.
How are you?
Right.
Right. Haven't gotten a gen done. How are you doing, Cosmosis? Do you want in? We have open lobbies today. Running duos. So there's 2 spots open if you want. Thank God.
I'm on that jar behind you. That was. Maybe that's just.
Damn, she hit me like a bitch.
Like, damn.
No! Oh my God, I was so close. Coming back in, no audio. How was your drive? Matches have been kind of sweaty. Our randoms have been not helpful. This is no exception. How are you? How was your drive? How are your plans? What are you up to today? What are you getting all into today? Claudette, please just finish the generator. Like girly pop. It's my first gen. Come on, hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Oh.
You're a bitch.
Matches have been sweaty. A lot of gen regression on of these killers. So, oppression, merciless storm, like so much. There's a few others where
Oh God.
unhook, 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 unhook. Run.
Like, bitch, I just got off the fucking hook. Leave me alone.
Go, run, 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 go, go, go. Go, take that, take that.
She's still chasing me?
No, she lost us. I don't know where you are.
I went inside this building and
Okay.
she found me. Oh my fucking gosh. somebody help heal me? Like,
She gave up on me. Kevin, welcome in. How are you, Kevin? Just vote. Just vote. Fuck you, bitch! Get out of my fucking game! I'm doing good. Ooh, rivals matches. That's fun. I was gonna say we're doing open lobbies if you wanted to join. She's gonna camp this. She's gonna camp this gen. I need Claudette to take her away from me. Yeah, swing, bitch. Oh, no pallet. No pallet. Swing, 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 swing. Oh, you're so bad, Mina. Get off my fucking lobby. Help, help, help. I wish I had a med kit. How have the games been? The games have been so sweaty. Swung at me again. Swing! That's fine. The games have been very sweaty, but it's been fun. It's still been fun. It's a very good break from Pokopia, which I feel like I've had limited progress on. I don't know why another gen's not being... How is that gen only half done? I'm a little stressed at the moment. And she's gonna camp me because she's hungry for this ass. Hungry for it. Begging for it! Got me lurking. Good luck with your Marvel Rivals games. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be live, but I'm here. Like, goddamn. Here, come here, come here. Hey, where are you going, Claudette? Please, please, come here. Come here. God. No, come here. Yeah, I'm honestly, you could take her. Because I don't know what she was doing. We could have healed up right over there.
should I leave?
Yep, just go.
She was annoying. I hate that killer.
whatever. He swung at the moon. Yeah. GG, I should not have gotten in. I cannot believe I opened my fucking menu. Like, what? No. I'm not gonna lie. That Claudette took way too long to do that gen. Like, why am I running around like that the whole game?
Literally, I was already hit, so I didn't want to go over there because I would have died.
I actually do the start menu all the time. Like, how did I even hit that? It's literally the home button. Like, I wasn't even touching this. I wasn't even touching it. G's. G motherfucking G's. I'm too confident. Boys. Ali, that was frustrating to say the least. I cannot believe it. I'm so confident.
Oh, it's a clown.
It's the clown with the jars.
Mm-hmm.
Crashing out. I was just thinking, this is a nice little break from Pokopia. No, literally. But it's a different, I crash out at Pokopia anyway. So like it's a different kind of crash out.
Let's get out of here.
Excuse me. Maybe I'm gonna take off Solidarity and put on the Jonah perk, the panic waterfall moment. Oh my god, wait. Let's talk about me drowning for the entirety of my stream. I was playing Pokopia. Oh, I see him. He's behind you.
Oh!
Like, why the fuck are you following me?
Yeah, why didn't he keep following me? Guys. No.
He's still chasing me. Bitch. Eat my ass, bitch. Y'all better get some guns on, because he was chasing me forever.
Scared. No, because after that happened, I saw a bunch of TikToks. Yes, accidentally killing her. Oh my god, dude. The number of floods I've created because of the waterfalls. He knows. He knows. Oh, hey. Hey, no, over here. Over here. Oh! I'm an idiot sandwich! I'm an idiot sandwich! Hi, Taco, welcome in. Not BMing me. I hope you sure weren't BMing me trying to pick me up. Justin, watch out! I know. If I had head on, how iconic would that have been? And water everywhere. Oh my god. Or you just like are up one ledge and just water. Entire map. Taco, how are you? Are you also playing Rivals today?
Hope that hook isn't rusted.
There's a gen around here. Where'd it go?
There's two. I see another one in front.
Oh! I think I just crashed.
No! No!
That was a good
Jaden, can I join y'all? Yeah, we're doing open lobbies, Jaden. Come join. And I'm in the VC if you want to join the comms. We're doing open lobbies, but it's first come first serve, and we already did one lobby, but people haven't been free. So. Oop, bong. Yeah, we got the DC, but it's fine. It's fine. Get this gen done. I'm gonna go work on another one, and we'll finish the game, and then Jaden will join us. Jaden will join us.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna do this, Jen. Come on, Laura. Come on. Not the bot not finishing the heal. The dead hard is insane. Laura, run! Oh my god, they're honestly goated. Look at them taking these chases. Come on. Come on, bot, help me. Yeah. He doesn't even know. Look at him. Hi, LP! Welcome in. Oh, the adrenaline. Oh my god. The Noed is disgusting. That's the diabolical evil. But where is the Noed is the question. No. Sorry, ladies. Go, crawl, crawl. Oh, sorry. I had to let them go. I had to let them die. I haven't gotten out in a few matches. I needed it. I needed this. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. That is bad sportsmanship, to be honest. Let's see if I can't invite you. Can you request to join? Let's see if I can invite you. Oh, I can. There you go.
Reminds me of a story I once read.
I'm putting that jump.
Oh,
Where's...
why does it do that?
Let's do what?
It banned me again. Like, matchmaking ban.
14 minutes. It's because you left.
Like, I hit ready and it did that.
I know, it's because you left the game. Even though it was your internet, it still counts as you quitting the game.
I didn't leave the game, they kicked me out.
I understand. One of these. Gotta get you one of these. 15 minutes is insane. 15 minutes is crazy.
Hello.
Hi, Jaden. Welcome in.
Hi.
Welcome in, buddy. I hate when it does that. I know. And it just kicked him. Like the game kicked him out of lobby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the
Like
game
disconnected or?
Yeah, he's playing on Switch, so he's playing with like,
Oh, what the heck?
it's just not ideal, you know. But it's okay. It's okay, we ball. We're working fine.
Oh wait, hold on. Also, Justin.
Yes.
Knock knock.
Oh, are you streaming? Still? I saw you were playing Rocket League.
Yeah, I was. I just finished with it. Dude, I'm so glad I got a new controller. My old controller was just so bad. Remember, like, wait, were we playing Fall Guys one time? When I was just waddling so slowly?
Fall Guys.
I don't remember.
Oh wait, yes, I do kind of remember this.
Yeah,
You were like, my
the
controller's kind
controller's
of
trash.
broken, but I'll play.
Yeah,
So you have a new
it
controller.
is making me go left pretty much.
Oh yes, I
and
do
now
remember
it just makes me go up and down, but mostly up
We'll see.
without me even touching it. So yeah, I got a new controller now. It's so bright blue, I can't even tell you. Like, just look at this. Are you watching right now?
Yeah, I'm opening it.
This is like the brightest mode you'll ever see.
Oh, it's so cute though. Oh, it's an Xbox controller.
Yeah, it is. I changed to Xbox One this time. It's USB-C port 2, so massive.
Those are, I like that. Mine's purple. My controller's purple. On
Purple. Purple on
This
brand.
12-minute ban is insanity. I'm gonna go run to the bathroom then, since he has some time, and I'm gonna go get a cookie.
Cookies?
Yeah, I've been sitting for an hour and 45 minutes. Let me get up, stretch my legs. I'll be right back. Jaden, you're in charge. Okay, we back. We back. No cookie. No cookie. Zero cookie, but we're here. We've all we can ready up. Because Mark still has a matchmaking block. We can just play one without him. School? For school, you're saying?
Hey, what?
You're
Yeah,
talking about
school.
Oh damn!
Reporter was like pretty bad. I had literally
Really?
had no time for free time because it was mostly like art stuff and like
Oh,
design. I had no free time, bro. It was horrible.
so
So glad it's over now.
sorry. You're like, I'm so glad.
Exactly. Honestly, at this point, I don't even care what grade I get.
You know,
Our grades aren't out until tomorrow, so I think I'll do fine. I hope.
did our collab end?
Hmm?
Our Twitch collaboration ended.
Oh, did you leave? I think you left.
I wasn't even at my desk. I just not. No. Has your spring quarter been better?
Sorry, I'm on my break right now.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's good. That's good. That's good to know. Everyone needs a little break.
God, my screen is so bright because freaking Threads just gives me negative vision. Even load on my gamma.
Okay, there you go. Wait, what happened? What is it saying? Do not share. I don't need a browser source. Oh, there you go. Let's minimize that. When does wait, when does your spring quarter start? Did you say that?
Maybe April 6th?
Oh.
Not the 6th or 1st. I think it's 6th. Or 8th, wait. I don't even remember anymore. No idea. Oh my god, I'm so...
That's good that you have the pretty much the rest of
Just try to not lose any blood.
Oh, time to hit my tambourine. I have like a...
I'm
pretty
sorry.
Good, oh. Well,
It's
we're
Chucky.
screwed.
It's
why
a
don't you
Chucky. It's a little doll.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Laura.
Oh, yes. Laura hasn't been moving.
Laura was playing the tambourine.
No, I was playing the tambourine.
Oh, he missed me. Bye, girl. Got fault, you little doll. Woo! Miss me, you freak of nature. Oh! He left me. Oh! He is Blood Warden. I love this.
Oh.
Or Blood Favor.
Great.
Blood Favor. Come here, Laura.
Is the Lara Croft has been moving at all?
Yeah, she came over to get heals. I just healed her up. Oh, friends to the end. I'm exposed.
I hate friends. I hate it.
Come here, Chucky. You know you want fun. Oh, fuckers. Miss me with that, you little freak. Get in my face.
Get that chin done. I am getting our mates.
Oh. Blah, 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 blah. Never! Oh my god, this guy! Hi, Skya. Oop. Yeah, I know, guys. I got new sub badges. And
Wait, what are they
honestly,
now?
I'm so there. Well, they were never anything. I actually got.
Oh, really?
Did you remove some
Okay, or
VIPs?
something.
I didn't think I did. Here, I'll make Skya VIP.
Oh,
Skya, it's been
that's
so long. There's some balls. Yeah, my sub badges are Pokeballs, but they have the DBD Duos on them. Oh,
that's not good.
W points. Oh, I was gonna buy it. Nah, you don't need to buy it. This guy's like, you have like legacy VIP. I'm gonna go work on a jet because this is not cute. Fucking A. I hate hearing his little steps. Oh. Well, I guess I'm keeping a point. Yeah, keep those points. Well, he got me again. Laura hasn't done anything this match. We don't think. How you been, friend? I've been okay. I'm better now that you're better playing with Jaden. I haven't played with Jaden in months. Honestly.
Oh, for real, for real.
Well, actually, that's not true. We played Peak, but that was the last time we played. When when I got attacked by the scout. That was the last time we played any games together. Any games for a month, Ian. Peak. Yeah, we had so much fun playing Peak. And then I made it to. Yeah, he fumbled at the very end, bro. Oh. Fumbled so hard.
Guess I'm off the hook.
I fumbled so hard, it's so funny. I actually crumpled.
Are you playing the tambourine, friend?
Yes.
I'm watching you. No, Sable, let's just do a gen. Like, stop fucking around and healing. Just do the gen.
I didn't know how to use the that book, so apparently I used it on myself. I don't know how to use it on others.
Oh, what book? Oh yeah, he's pressing skill checks. Oh, I should have let him. Should let him heal. Book of Bones. Oh yes. Oh yes. That's what
Yeah, I tried using the Book of Bones while he was dead. How do you even use that?
That was a fun time. We actually went through that too, like pretty quickly.
You just saw me exploits of like the lava. It's like, or, like the fire.
Yeah, just walking through it.
Do you think I could swim in the lava? I don't know if I can.
Yeah, Jaden, you keep working on that. Chucky is
And I will.
fucking nasty little doll. Speaking of Chucky, I just watched the Bride of Chucky and the
88 degrees in spring is kind of crazy. What the hell?
Oh my god, why can't I do anything right? Is fucking sorry, ladies. I'm bringing him to you guys. I don't want to die. No, try again, you freak. Oh, please, Jesus.
Yeah, Lauren, I'm with Justin right now.
Help! 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 This is not a drill!
Where are you?
No! No!
You basically got hard.
Laura! Laura! Laura!
I am
Laura didn't get the
The
save.
second.
guys. Laura didn't get the save. Put the flashlight down. I repeat. If you're solo queuing in DBD, put it down. Put the flashlight away. Don't need it.
Put the flashlight down now.
Put
Please
it
don't come up here. I swear.
Down. Hi, Lauren.
I hate everything. If I had that skill check up, I would have gone the fuck gen.
There's just 2 gens left. You guys totally get out. Oh, shout. No one's on death code.
I think he's.
You are hurt, unfortunately. Here's a little bit of patter. Oh, he's on. Nice, nice.
I hate anything about this game.
He's coming right to
I
right help.
hate this. I fucking hate this. I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate this game.
Go,
I hate
go,
this game.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Hide, hide, hide. Hide behind that wall.
Can't tell which way is he going. Oh, I suck at it. Oh my god.
That always
There's a
happens.
locker.
Who put that locker there? That always happens. Nice.
No,
Nice.
you don't do this.
No!
Nice.
Jaden, you are God. Go. No! You're so no. You were so close, Jaden. Oh! Run!
Oh, I didn't even realize he didn't pick me up way more earlier. Oh my, I didn't even realize they got that gen done so quickly. Oh, that's so sad. God damn it. I forgot I have adrenaline.
Jaden!
I forgot I had adrenaline. I never run adrenaline, I'll tell you that.
Why do you have that? You know, it's crazy when you put one on and then you forget you have it. And, oh, I do have it. Like
No,
I had,
seriously, though, seriously, I didn't think they actually get that.
I had we're gonna live forever one game and we were in end game and I fully forgot. And I was like, oh, I could use this. Take a hit. They have the other door open. Just run straight for the other door. I don't think this is the door open.
I haven't tried.
You got this.
They might just come here.
You got this.
Yeah, he's on his way. He's right there. Yeah, there's no shot. There's no shot. Maybe I could have gone around. Fuck.
Yeah, the other teammate made it over there. This Sable.
Yeah, I kind of trolled. Oh well, whatever.
Jeez. Well, you almost got it out. I mean, the door was half open. I think you could have. Just a little more time.
So, what's going on here?
You ate. You ate.
It did pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, girl.
Yep.
All right, let's go. We're ready. We're ready for the loop. One time I was playing Fortnite, Jaden, with Terry. Stream.
Fortnite with Terry.
Yeah, on stream. And I was muted on stream for 45 minutes.
No, you're cutting out. I can't hear you. But
I was muted on stream for 45 minutes until I realized. Oh.
oh.
There's.
Oh, that's unexpected.
Oh, yeah, I can't play Rivals. There's nothing about Rivals that makes me happy. Let's not playing Rivals. That's the only fun thing about it.
Well, what's the only fun thing about Rivals? What?
Playing with friends is like the only
Yeah,
thing
honestly,
about Rivals that
pretty
I like.
Along some type of people.
Otherwise, I'm like, I don't need to play this game.
Lauren, you just gotta shoot a DM on my Discord and I'll join.
Okay, back with audio. Oh my god, Ryan, you're back with audio? How are matches? Matches have been interesting. We got our friend Jaden here. Jaden is a long time homie. We haven't played in a while. But matches have been fun. We just went up against a Chucky. We're not up against another one. How are you? How was your drive? How are your plans? You're taking awesome shooters with your awesome friends.
Want me to stream Rivals too?
You gonna stream Rivals? Okay, with Charles. With the good, yeah, W Charles. With the good Bob. Good. It just got back home. Ooh, Ryan, you want to join us? We do have an open spot. With us. Hello,
We
Phoenix.
have
Oh, I
one
forgot
shot
there's so many different characters.
Let's work
Tambourine.
together.
Play that music. Wait, did we spawn together?
Who is this?
How? It's a blight. It's a blight. Just
Good old Blight. Is this me or are you just quiet?
too quiet. They're adding Black Cat to
Black Cat? What?
They're adding Black
Okay, Lauren, okay.
Oh. Oh! Oh! Blight just ran down the stairs! Oh. Starstruck.
Why am I exposed?
Starstruck.
Starstruck? What does Starstruck do?
I think it just exposes everyone for 30 seconds.
Clearly, I'm not revealed. No.
Oh, he's playing as the cat.
Wait, I forgot what that dude is.
No.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
I'm gonna go for hooks.
Oh, we took that person pretty far.
Yeah. Oh, he's on the hook, by the way. I'll take that hit. I'll take that hit like a G. Fuck off me, ho. Puta! Never mind. I lied. Ada, girl, that's not how you use the flashlight. Put it down. Ada. That's not how you use a flashlight, bro.
Bro, we were supposed to.
Ada. Just vote. Just vote. Just vote. Vote. I already know I'm gonna lose, so just vote.
I'm just exposed at this. I'm just exposed at this point. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't think our other team know what they're doing.
No, Mark's killed now, so. Yeah, healer. Oh my god, you're so much better.
Coming back.
Yeah, she's coming back to hook, but Mark's healing teammate. No.
This guy.
No. Oh, she's going. The team. Oh, killer one's slow.
You like not. I'll just run away from here. Got it.
I'm trying to take that hit. Come, hit me.
You really came back, huh? Okay.
Come here, baby. I can heal you right here. Wait, no. Oh my god.
You're okay.
Oh, I'm stuck.
I ain't gonna let you die.
I thought you'd go back and forth. Damn it.
Oh. The starstruck.
Am I getting put in the basement?
What is the Ada doing? Ada, it's too late to go for a save, my friend. Like, hi, anxiety. Welcome in. Sorry, I'm locked in.
What are we doing?
I don't know what the Ada's doing. Are we both in the basement? Did he come back to the basement?
Why are we getting put in the basement?
Anxiety, how are you doing? Your fave blight skin? This blight skin is scary. No. No!
Okay. That's tough.
Go. You guys have to take hits.
Alright, well.
Oh, he's waiting! Oh. Swing, you whore. I hate you. Damn, he's being nasty. You're being nasty. You're being nasty. Yeah, you can't warn me, ho. You're being nasty. Pick me up. You guys ugly as fuck, Sky. I don't care. Ada, my friend, it's not even worth it. We're at 4 gens. And you're using the dead hard, my friend. Little warm. Ooh, got off work and walk the dog. Let's go. Work on a Saturday? That's glad you're off work now. Yeah, this is kind of nasty. Like, this Ada hasn't done not a thing this whole match.
I think they're trying to get flashlight sticks or something.
Yeah, but he's not successful. Put the flashlight down. You're so bad at it.
Exactly.
How was your Friday? Anxiety? I'm just gonna let myself rot. It's like, we're just at this point we're playing a game of heal each other. Here we go again. I know. Another random with the flashlight. Look, here he comes.
Let me go this way.
Stupid hook.
Wait, where are you? Where'd you go? Alright, well, this is tough.
He went right toward that in that
What the
direction.
hell is that turn? Oh, I got stuck on a freaking bamboo.
Think.
Oh,
Alright, Mark's healing me.
fuck.
Another Starstruck. Here's Ada.
Next to y'all.
Yep. Poor lovely ads. No, we need to get anxiety a sub badge. I'm sorry for the ads. We get him a Pokeball, guys. How do we secure a Pokeball first? Oh, Ada. Yeah, poor
not
lovely
ads.
Ada. Oh, not ads.
Oh, and then Ada quit.
Oh, of course Ada quit because she couldn't get a fucking flashlight save. That has nothing to do with any of us. Ada quit. L teammate.
Teammate for real.
Hey. Go that way. Go that way. Hey, no! 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 Go! No! Go that way. Go. No! No! Leave the fun alone! Leave fun alone! Is it? It's wrong if it ain't Ada Wong. Yeah, exactly. Back. No, please. Go that way. No, 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 no. Thank you. Okay. Kill me. Hurry up. Stop wasting time, sir. GG. Alright, Anxiety, how was your Friday? How was your shift at work? I think you guys get hatch. Sure.
You think?
It's a hatch match. Just get the gens as much done. But...
Alright, well.
Dude
I'm
is
not
being
here.
weird. Dude's being weird. Yeah, he's
Mhm.
up. Yeah, just get hatch jaded. Hatch.
You have to help me here because I'm listening
I
to
will.
music.
I got you. I got you. Oh, fucking
never mind.
A. Yeah. Okay, so hit the door for a little bit. Oh. Yeah, go ahead, hit the door.
He's
coming right back,
He's coming
yeah.
back.
Yeah, play him music. Not bad. Put up some shelves and artwork, fix some cabinets, go to set up a bidet. A bidet? That sounds fun. Yeah, it's one that you attach to a normal toilet. Oh, it's like a hose attachment. Thank you, Blight. Thanks for letting our friend get out. We need a fourth. Maybe if we had a fourth, we'd have more luck. Anybody want to join? Yes, yes, Jaden, Milwaukee. GG. Oh, I wish I could do that. That's so fun. I should have seen this coming. The shitting potato? Yeah, the potato that poops french fries?
How do we get out of here?
Oh no. GG.
Want to watch Supernatural?
If anybody wants to join us, we have 2 spots. Load up. Still one spot, not two spots. Ooh, a college fling. Jaden, let me hear more about this. What's this about a college fling? It starts with so much promise. Mm-hmm. Tell him anxiety. He needs to learn. Women alert, I'm sick. Hot. Women alert. Ding ding ding. Women. Oh my god, did someone say women?
Kate.
I live near a zoo. I don't know why, but I read this and immediately thought of an animal throwing poop. I'll show you some. What is it? Some college fling. Ew. Because I live near a zoo. The twins. Yuck. Yucky.
Wait, twins?
Yucky nasty. Ah. It's the twins, guys. Avoid the little raisin, bitch. I was lurking in her
I'm
women
scared as
alert and arrived to
I
praise
have
them.
no
Yes.
interest in dying today.
We love women in this chat. Kinds of women. I have no idea what this bitch is.
Downstairs?
Oh, probably. Yeah, that's what it is. Friendship. Exactly.
Okay.
Wow, and oh, here she is. He went zooming.
Meow. Oh, that's a porch. Whoa, why are you chasing you? What the
Why
heck?
am I broken?
Is that an add-on?
Where are my lovely Legion players? I'm dead. I
Oh,
can't.
you
I
might
can't.
wanna start.
I can't heal. I'm broken. But I have resilience. I like hot women. Oh, here this bitch
I might want to
comes.
start running. We're gonna miss.
I'm sticking around here if you can take her away.
Ouch.
Oh, she wants me bad. She came back.
Target, dude. There's no way. That's crazy.
Fucking bitch ass little bitch.
Whoa, that was a fast one.
Yeah. Oh, please. Please! Ew, I hate that little freak.
Boon?
Yeah, no, I think it's a hex plant. Oh no, it was a boon downstairs. Was that your boon?
Nope. I missed a skill check and somehow it counted.
It's
What?
because I have the Jonah for corrective action.
Oh.
I have tokens. 3 tokens. Oh. Hypnotized.
Hey,
Oh, do the jump.
someone- Where are you? Downstairs?
Downstairs, yeah. Like, girl, I don't want to be healed. I don't need to be healed. I promise.
Oh, really?
I promise. Oh, resilience on my
I'm like-
side.
Stop progressing, I don't get you. Are you here? What? Oh, you're so late for that.
Is she still up there?
I don't think. Yeah. So he just went back to the gen, even though I literally just stopped progressing. We either need to run. Yes, the fast healing heal checks. Why did I scream?
But she's not far. Oh. I hate you. Go that way. She doesn't want to go that way. She doesn't want to listen to me. Oh my god.
See what you got, little nerd.
I'm scared.
Oh, I did not hear that one. Whoa. I'm gonna miss. Why are you here? Oh my, you. Alright, well, I guess that's smart. Well played. Ah, man. My adrenaline.
Get the fuck off me, you ugly bitch. Whiff, ho! Whiff, ho! Ooh, almost, almost. Nice pallet. If only I could have hit her before she hit me. I like talking my shit to the killers. No shade, you know what I mean? Like, no shade to the killers, but you're actually objectively an ugly bitch. Whether I say it or not, you're still ugly. Oh! 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 There are bones, spicy bones right here. No way. That's why my audio is all fucked. Oh. Well, that's not. I'm dead, guys. GG's. My audio is messing up. Okay, here we go. Well, that's a big GG's. As long as you guys got out, I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do need to leave, but it's okay. All right, I'm gonna play one more.
One more.
Yeah, one more. Then I'm gonna end stream. Oh, they kicked you out. Oh, they must be grilling outside. Yes, they are. They are definitely grilling. It's outside in the sun. It is nice out today. He is in shorts. What's the degrees? 62. Okay, it's not that nice. Please, you don't need to wear. Jaden, you look like you're spiraling. Is everything okay over there? I just wanna. All right.
Very interesting.
What? Huntress.
How do you even have to know? Do you have the
No, it's Mark. Mark's still new, so he still gets like the loading
Oh.
screens. Yeah, since he just started playing. He gets all the like the killer loading screens.
Try to not lose any blood.
Oh my god, bro. That is insane work. Not this map.
I'm on the ship. Oh, it's deep voice huntress. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. No.
Did you see the hatchet flew by? Oh, that did. I need to.
Sorry, Jaden.
Stop it. Nope, you're fine.
He's gonna try to kill me.
He's trying to chase you.
It's okay. Hide,
Fine.
hide, hide. Don't
You-
don't drop it. Don't
You
drop
put
it.
that.
Oh, no, 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 don't drop it. Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Don't waste. Yeah. That wasn't my fog vial. And that was Bill. I have a med kit. No.
Could have reached or no?
No, I would not have reached. Ew!
What, hit you on hook?
It hit me on hook, you nasty, dirty pig. I hate you. He's saying that to every killer. I hate you.
You nasty bitch.
I hate him. No, I hate them all. They all die, rot. Yeah. Oh, he's tunneling me. He wants my ass.
Why?
He just went straight for hook. How nasty. So nasty and so rude.
Oh my god, I just lag spiked. Yep, thank you very much.
Does he see my aura? Ooh, big swing, but almost missed me. He's gonna tunnel me? That's nasty. Why are you gonna tunnel me, sir? Why are you so mad at me? I called you ugly. Like I said, objectively. I'm not the only one calling you ugly. Everyone's calling you ugly. I'm just the one who said it to you.
Oh, that's it. Where are you coming from?
Guys, I think I'm dead. I think he's gonna come right back to hook. And I'm gonna die. Where's Bill?
Why are
Bill,
you chasing?
Oh my god, Bill. Bill, be so serious. Bill, why are you crouching? Bill, he's not even on you.
Did he really just come back?
He's like on my right. He opened the locker looking for hatchets.
I take this. Oh,
I
you
take-
taked it. You didn't take out your endurance.
Yeah.
Oh, he really is tunneling you. What the heck? What is this?
Bill, be so serious.
Tail guy, the size guy. I don't know why this came out of my head like that.
Why did he tunnel me like so?
Are you down here? Where are you?
I'm outside a boat. This killer's a rat? Yeah, he's mad. He's mad I know how to, like, run.
Oh, there you are.
I see him.
Here, let me heal you.
He's by boat.
We might need to run.
Guys, please!
Hi.
He's tunneling me.
No, he's on the other side. He's on the other side.
Oh my god, why are you tunneling me, friend? Oh my god, in the Mori? Guys, the game just started! Well, I guess he just didn't want me to play anymore.
Great last game.
No. GG's. Ew, I don't want to watch him fucking...
This killer's a rat, not for real.
That's so random. Why are you so mad, buddy? I was dodging your hatchets. Do you think I made him mad?
In what way?
I don't know. Apparently, I needed to be out of the game first. Oh. I hate you. Playing the tambourine is insane.
What about it?
Mark's running to you if you could heal him. Like finish the kill.
I've been trying to heal Mark this entire time.
No, and I had no idea you guys were there. Yeah, who you gonna kill now that I'm dead, huh, Mr. Killer? GG's. That was nasty.
Ow. There we go.
Oh,
Oh,
shit!
wait. I heard it, but like I just didn't know when to crouch.
I started spectating you right as
Oh, that's unlucky.
the Bill can be working on this gen and is fully hiding. The Bill's behind you.
Can you just... Thank you. Why are you just crouching all the time?
The Bill's new
I think
here.
this guy's
I'm
crouching
thinking.
just because he doesn't want to get chased anymore. Oh, I'm gonna get hatchet out.
The Bill hasn't taken a single chase. What do you mean get chased anymore? Bill hasn't done shit.
I mean, he did do a gen, but he just does not want to get chased out.
He did one gen and hid the rest of the match. That's not doing shit. Who cares if you did one gen if you haven't helped your team? Look at him. Fetch. Not even working on the gen. He doesn't even know.
Time.
Guy, at least he's not carrying a flashlight. That's all I can say.
Is that what it matters? Just flashlight people who just tend to throw?
Oh my god, look at my dead ass body. William, I need you to do better.
Where is he? I can't tell where he is.
He's on hook. He's still right where he hooked you. Bill is in the same place. And he just
we're going this
reloaded
way.
his hatchet.
Follow me.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna go right to you because the Bill is just hiding.
Oh, you're still following me. Oh, okay.
Oh, big whiff on this killer. He's not that good. He plays very angry. Oh, nice. You're incredible, Jaden. Go, go, go. He doesn't. Oh, of course he's going for fun. He's on Shack. He's at Shack.
Am I getting more hatchets?
No. He's at Shack
No.
chasing Mark.
Can't even get these sacks off.
Look at him, he's mad at Mark too. He just tossed a
Does he have
hatchet at
the,
him.
That
Mark's
offering.
mooring him. Oh, it's a mooring.
Do you have the Mori offering?
Yeah, he's mooring him. He moored me already.
Oh, wait, did we? I think we two-gened ourselves.
No, I think you're okay.
The 2 or 3 in these countries.
There's three endgame. But you're done. You're gonna get out for sure. This guy's not that good. Like you were whiffing. Look at Bill running already. Like Bill's such a bitch. Like get on the gen. Stop being a bitch. There's 2 of you left. Like be serious.
I do not want to be.
Oh,
here anymore.
dog. That really pissed me off because Bill, like, what are you doing? Running
Oh,
away.
he's gonna be after me.
Exactly. Where's the Bill? Bill's at Shack.
I think I'm dead now.
Nice. Try to get the stun. Oh no.
Oh wow, that actually hits me. Kind of crazy.
If Bill gets out, I'm gonna be. Bill's fully opening door.
He's going to, because he literally just avoided it.
He avoided everything the whole match.
Oh well, whatever.
Bill better go for save. Let's see.
Actually waste time. Just waste time. Don't leave.
Ew, why are you being so nasty? Look at him BMing you. Like, what? Why? Because we actually, like, could loot? Because it wasn't an easy match for once? Like, you're mad? It doesn't make any sense. Because we made him work for it. Yeah, because we made him work for it. He tunneled me out and then let you rot on the ground. Bill's still crawling about.
Let's hurry and rush over here, bro. Alright.
The door's open back there.
Jeez.
Bill's an idiot. Just go to door. Loki, you can take a hit, but go to the door. Yep.
As if I can.
You can still take a hit. You can still take a hit. Go to door. No! Bill! Crawl, crawl, crawl. Crawl, crawl, crawl. Bill, you freak of nature. Damn, Bill.
Oh my god.
The BM is crazy. Dude, this guy was angry today. Guys, he doesn't have a family, I don't think. He might not have one. He tunneled me out, Reaper, and then literally BM'd everyone else. Like, what? I don't care. And I'll report your ass. And I'll report your ass. And guess what? I'm gonna block you too, ho. Blocked. Shut the fuck up. No, dude. That was a nasty match. That was hard to watch. But anyway, GG's. Rude as fuck. Yeah. Fuck off, what? Where else? We hate you. Anyway. GG's, Jaden. Thanks for joining me. That was fun.
GG. Yeah, of course.
I appreciate you. We should definitely play more. I miss our games. Before you start school again, anyway.
Definitely. Yeah.
Alright, I'll talk to you later. Bye!
Bye.
Alright, y'all. Guys, what a game. What a time to be alive. That was a fun stream. GG's to Jaden for joining. We're just gonna end stream today. I don't know if anyone's on. I mean, I guess I could raid out to Jaden. Let's do that. Let's just raid to Jaden. I'm not sure if Jaden's gonna stay on much longer. He's been streaming for almost 4 hours. But why the hell not? Bye, Skya. I'm so glad I got to chat with you today. What is Jaden's username? Be so serious. Oh, it's Jaden. I'm such a dum-dum. Reaper, I'm so glad you stopped in. We're just gonna raid out to Jaden, who we're just playing with. Give them all our little lurkers, our lurker babies. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. We'll be streaming during the day tomorrow, Reaper. Yeah, you caught the end. We'll be streaming during the day tomorrow. So if you want to come hang out, we'll be doing open lobbies again. We'd love to have you. We need to get more games in. Also, like D&D, that was so much fun. We should do it again. It was so much fun. Yes, please come in and we'll do some open lobbies. It'll be so much fun. Bye everybody. Bye.